That glare coming through that end zone in the afternoon is ridiculous.
Jerry Jones was asked about the possibility of putting up curtains to block out the sun at AT&T Stadium. He said, well, where's the moon? I need to hear this
What
quote to understand what the
Jerry
fuck he just
about?
said.
Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment.
Yeah.
Presented by Lowe's. This show is now presented by Lowe's, ladies and gentlemen. 92%ers score with the Lowe's app. Download now. That's right. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Cincinnati Bearcat alums. Bearcats got to get back on the win train, baby. Come on, baby.
Come on.
Come on. Let's get this thing going. We were on fire there for a second.
We were doing so good.
Keep this thing rolling, cats. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, or wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show. That is with one S. And we got some fun clips throughout the week that I'm sure you guys will laugh at because we're idiots. Jason, tell the people what us idiots are going to talk about today.
Well, all the idiots listening, we have a fantastic episode lined up for all of you. That's right.
Hey-o.
We're going to talk about the Chiefs' walk-off blocked field goal, the Eagles' blowout of the Cowboys.
Again,
sorry there, Brandon. And also get to my time out of the house in L.A. Plus, we're going to hit the biggest storylines, of course, from across Week 10
All right,
of the NFL. I think we got to start with something we usually start with first.
What's that?
It's not old.
It's not.
It's not late.
It's not.
It's not a hand-me-down.
It's not new.
It's not new. That's because it is new. It's new news.
New news.
Hey,
Coming
new
in
news is brought to you by MetaQuest. Expand your world.
Yes.
All right, New Heights Film Club. First item of new news. 92% is voted, and the next movie in the New Heights Film Club is Roadhouse. That's
Shut
right.
the fuck up. We're doing the
Not even
original,
close. Yeah, I'm not doing the new. I have not watched it yet, and I probably am, based on the reviews I've heard from others, not going to watch
The original
new
one's
Roadhouse.
just so good, man.
There's some movies that you just can't remake, and I think Roadhouse is you can't redo Swayze.
You can't do.
You
There's
can't redo
nobody
Swayze.
around that can do Swayze.
So yeah, it was a tight race. I'm lying. It wasn't a tight race at all. Roadhouse almost got half of the votes. It got 41% of four.
This is what we're talking about, 92 percenters. That's what I'm talking about.
It was the clear favorite. And I mean, let's be honest. I think of all these movies, Roadhouse is the most like iconic. And that's why it probably won.
Predator is by far the most iconic.
More than Roadhouse, you think?
Oh, guaranteed. I think people, I think the
you're
92
underestimating
percenters
Roadhouse.
were interested because Patrick Swayze. They were
I
like, all right,
don't-
which one has the hottest guy?
Well, which one is the hottest guy? Predator's got the hottest guys. You got Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse Ventura. I mean, come on now. That's a lot of man
There's
meat.
no way.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. None of them are Swayze.
Don't underestimate, too. Oh, my gosh. What's the other guy in Roadhouse? What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. The cowboy. Awesome mustache. Oh, I can't think. Sam Elliott. Thank you, Brandon. He fucking kills it. Roadhouse has definitely got like a more like cult following than any of these films, but I think Bloodsport is by far the one that I preferred. But you win some, you lose some. My ability to sway votes has definitely gone downhill. It did not work again.
Because everyone knows your tactics now.
Oh, gosh.
You got to start flanking, Jason. You got to start flanking. Think ahead of the curve. Everybody's scheming you up, man.
There were also some 92%ers who were confused in the comments about what Bloodsport is.
This is fucking gold.
So I had to clear things up for him there, Trav. I don't know if you saw
Jason
this.
cleared things up for them. You had a back and forth with Toronto. Jordan from Toronto. She said, what is this movie about? And you replied with Bloodsport, just the title. Just right back at her.
That's what it's about.
And then she then said, I just voted Bloodsport, but I still don't know what it is. And you then replied again with, it's Bloodsport is what it is. And I thought that was very clever because that's exactly what it is. There's no other like review or explanation you need to give. Once you see the movie, you will then tell everybody else exactly what it's about. And it's about Bloodsport.
I mean, I guess it's about like the Kumite tournament and, you know, all that. But
yeah, but the tournament's about Bloodsport.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, it's Bloodsport.
It's about the power of friendship.
The power of friendship.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
All right. We're trying
Let's not try and make like a thematic
this
huge
isn't
thing out of
the
Bloodsport.
brotherhood of Bloodsport. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Bloodsport. We will give everyone time to watch this movie, so we'll drop our review later this month. In the meantime, tomorrow we are going to dip back into the Heights Hotline and answer some more of your burning relationship questions.
I don't know if
that's
we're
right, ladies
qualified.
and gentlemen. You make sure that you hit us with the best questions you got, because we are miracle makers when it comes to relationship advice.
Yeah, I got some mixed reviews on my relationship advice from the public and from my own wife, Kylie. So hopefully I do better this week. Yeah, if you want access to all of our bonus content, make sure you're subscribed at Wondery Plus.
You guys been watching Jumanji?
Oh, dude. It's actually a nice little code. Now I just text her if she wants to watch Jumanji. Early in the day. Say, hey, gotta be playing these Jedi mind tricks.
Don't get stuck in the game, folks.
I text Kylie, did you watch Jumanji today? And she said, drier than the Sahara Desert. And I was like, that movie takes place in the rainforest.
Jason has dethroned the Queen of Christmas, the amazing, the wonderful Mariah Carey.
Oh, buddy.
A Philly special Christmas party, maybe this Christmas by a Philly Specials and Stevie Nicks, is the #1 Christmas song on the charts right now.
Yeah.
The duet with Stevie Nicks is officially the #1 Christmas song and beat out All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. And I mean, that song is as good as it gets when it comes to Christmas music. Jason, how does it feel to officially be the Queen of Christmas?
You know, I've fought my whole life to be the Queen of Christmas, and the fact that we're finally there is just it's really special. I forget what the stat was. Somebody said, I think All I Want for Christmas Is You has like been the #1 Christmas song
since 1994.
I don't know if it's since 1994, but it's been like for like 20 years. It's been nonstop, like the #1 Christmas song or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, I know we caught it in early November. We'll see if it holds up throughout the rest of Christmas. We kind of caught it on the Christmas downslide. Like not too many people are listening to Christmas music. So we kind of snuck
in there. Yeah, I get it.
I'll take it when I can get it. That's pretty amazing.
I'm sure.
And it was incredible to work with Stevie Nicks. I mean, obviously I just am still in awe of the fact that actually happened.
Stevie.
And this is really, really cool. There is no percent chance any song that I am in should be streaming #1 on any service in any genre.
Yeah. Well, don't give yourself too much credit. Stevie Nicks.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Good point.
No, man, that's some cool ass shit, man. I can't wait for everything to drop. It drops day after Thanksgiving.
So the song is out now. The single came out. But
yeah, the single came out, but the album
will be fully streamable. I think it's like the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember reading.
The album goes for sale, but it's already
pre-ordered.
We got to ask Connor. Connor knows all the details. I don't know half of the details. I just have fun, make the music. He knows how the release structure works. I'm an idiot. I just show up and
I get it.
It's coming out slowly. We got another single coming out this week with our friends from Mount Joy.
Nice.
Iconic Philly band. That song's tremendous. So pretty excited to see how that does.
Hell yeah.
I think we're going to be releasing this tomorrow, but I'm going to be putting on a concert before this Thursday night game with Mount Joy.
I'm sorry, what? You're going to do live music?
Dude, I'm performing the song that we recorded for the album live at the link before the game starts with Mount Joy. And I kind of feel, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Like the Eagles are about to play like a heated, like the most important game of the year. They're playing the Washington Commanders. And me and Mount Joy are going to go in there before the game kicks off and perform a Christmas song because we want to help raise money for the album.
What game is this?
It's Eagles versus Washington, the Commanders. It's
this week?
This week. It's on Thursday. It's
it's a little too soon if you ask me, but all right.
And initially I was like, yeah, let's just do something.
It's Thursday. Now you're doing this in 2 days.
Yes, dude. Bro. We initially were like, we're just going to do something in the parking lot. It'll be fun. Like just to like get it on video to help promote it. And somehow it's turned into we're full on have like a stage in the link in a part of it. And we're just going to be performing this song right before the most important game of the Eagles season to date takes place. So yeah.
You better make it epic.
Well, my voice is shot. I don't know if you can tell. So it's probably going to be,
I'm always have a raspy voice, man. Just go ahead. Just get some honey, Get some
little throat coat. You ever heard of throat coat?
Nope.
It's a type of tea. It's not
whiskey. Get some whiskey. Tea.
Yeah.
Don't bother with that shit.
You're right.
Get some whiskey and
help.
some honey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what to do.
How do you know so much about vocal soothing?
I read up on it. Big reader.
Big Wikipedia guy.
Yeah. And that does it for new news brought to you by MetaQuest. Expand your world and disappear in reality.
Yes.
Fan mentions of the week. Let's shout out King James.
Yeah.
After our Freddie Freeman episode, he explained why he spelled Freddie's name wrong. And I thought it was pretty clever. Probably not why he did, but it's a nice little...
Hey,
it's a nice little excuse. It's a good dog ate my homework excuse right here. Freddie, my bad, man. You was the boogeyman out there, so I just thought like Mr. Krueger, like Freddy Krueger. Yep, the boogeyman himself. Nice, yeah. And he was haunting the Yanks. Yeah, that was pretty damn good.
Always love a good King James shout out, and yeah, he was pretty much like Freddy Krueger out there for the Yankees, no doubt about it.
Ain't that the truth? Actually, if you missed that Freddie Freeman episode, make sure you check it out, man. Freddie is an unbelievable guy. He's got a beautiful story with his family, both his father and his kids, and his wife, and just what they've all had to go through, and just how he got to where he is in life, man. It's so cool to hear what makes him, what fuels him and what makes him great, man. Especially after winning his second World Series. So check that out.
In particular, like you cannot listen to that episode or watch Freddie and not just have the biggest smile on your face. That dude has one of the greatest smiles I've ever seen.
He does, man.
It is outrageous.
It's infectious.
Like energy. Yeah.
It's infectious.
So yeah.
It is. We had
Make sure you check that episode out.
New Heights is brought to you today by Lowe's. Football season is in full swing, and I'm back on the Lowe's home team. Whoop, whoop, for my 4th straight year.
And Lowe's is helping you make the right calls so you can be the MVP of all your home improvement projects.
Plus, nothing says MVP quite like the Lowe's app. You can make game time decisions in store or online with the click of a button.
That's right. And you can order online by 2 p.m. when time isn't on your side to get it same day. Download the app, explore primetime features, and add to cart with confidence.
Now you have more time to do what you love, like grilling burgers at the tailgate or perfecting your game day chili for the football party.
Ooh, kick off your next project with the Lowe's app and score today. Lowe's is an official partner of the NFL. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items in select zip codes only. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase, exclusions, and more. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details. Trav, we've established that we both love the Whopper.
We really do. Flame grilled, all the toppings you want, just your way. Doesn't get much better than that. And what we're about to talk about is brought to you by none other than Burger King.
Hey,
I like to say Burger King instead of Burger King. I like Burger King.
Well, speaking of BK, do you know about the Burger King $1 Million Whopper contest?
Of course I do, but what is it?
The $1 Million Whopper contest, where people all across America created their Whopper with whatever toppings they wanted, and they got over 1 million submissions.
Over 1 million submissions, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. But how are they narrowing it down, Jason? Can you tell me that?
They whittled it down to a top 3, and BK is launching those flavors. That's right. They've got Fried Pickle Ranch Whopper, created by Fabian. Then we got the Mexican Street Corn Whopper from Kelsey. And finally, there's the Maple Bourbon Barbecue Whopper, created by Calvin.
I mean, those all sound really delicious.
They really do.
We know which one.
Yep, they really do. But only one can be crowned the $1 Million Whopper.
Jason, tell the people how they can get involved.
If you want to get involved in figuring out which one of these should be crowned the $1 Million Whopper, just go to BurgerKing.com/MDW, standing for $1 Million Whopper, and crown your favorite today.
You rule. You're seizing the day. At BK, have it your way.
You rule.
BK, have it your way. You rule. This episode of New Heights is sponsored by Liquid IV Hydration. is key for keeping up with the holiday hustle. Keep Liquid IV on hand to stay hydrated through the holidays.
With convenient package of their hydration multiplier or sugar-free hydration multiplier, you get 8 vitamins and nutrients, 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, and no artificial sweeteners.
And Liquid IV really comes in handy during the holiday. It's the perfect way to stay hydrated when you're traveling, busy hosting family and friends, or out and about shopping for your family.
They also have some fantastic flavors. You can find all of your favorite hydration multiplier flavors on their website, from acai berry and lemon lime to pina colada.
Ooh, a little pina colada. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone.
Stay hydrated through the holidays with Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code NEWHEIGHTS at checkout.
That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code NEWHEIGHTS at liquidiv.com.
Let's move on to a little bit of that bold topics to wrap up Week 10 in the NFL, starting with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Anna.
How about those? Chiefs 16, Broncos 14. Man, that was a crazy. I was watching this game actually at Big Dean's down in Venice Beach, which is a New York Giants bar, which was embarrassing for them right after losing to the Panthers. But the whole bar was absolutely losing it with this one. You guys trail the entire game up until the fourth quarter, which in typical fashion, you guys then take the lead. And it comes down to, I mean, what is this, a 35-yard? Yeah, 35-yard field goal kick. I mean, probably the most electric way to end a game. I used to think like Hail Mary or like a touchdown, walk-off touchdown. I don't think there's anything more electric than blocking a kick to win a game. The place just erupted.
I don't think I had been a part of the stadium where it went fucking apeshit like that.
Dude, I can only imagine.
It got me to the point where my eyes, like the emotion and everything, my eyes started watering and I was like getting goosebumps. I'm like, this is insane. How we just got through here with a win.
And we were talking, like right when it led up, the whole bar where we were at had pretty much, okay, well, the Chiefs just lost their first game. Like, the Broncos did a great job. They did what you need to do to beat the Chiefs. Don't give the ball back to Pat Mahomes. Whatever you do not give it back. Milk the clock. They got it down to 1 second.
Yeah.
TJ, who was the bartender, was like, I don't know, man. They still got to make the kick. And I literally was like, you know what? There have been a lot of blocks this year. I swear to God.
That's insane. To talk about it like that.
I mean, I didn't think it was about to happen, but I was like, you know what? It could. I mean, I guess.
Kareem was on the sidelines screaming it. We're about to block this punt. I'm just in my head. I'm just like, it's only 1 loss, Travis.
You're like, it's not a punt,
only
Kareem.
One.
It's a
I was
field
already
goal.
in my head. I was already. No, I mean, my bad. You blocked this kick.
I know.
My bad. He was saying he was going to block this kick, but I was in my head from not scoring a touchdown on the drive right before that, and like forcing them to score a touchdown instead of kick a field goal for the
I know
win.
exactly what player. You look like you just couldn't quite get your footing to like jump. It was like awkward.
It was that one. It was a great ball by Pat. I was fading, so I didn't have my feet under me to be able to just spring up. And 2 plays or 3 plays before that, I actually got a first down, but they went cover 0, and all I had to do was make one guy miss, and he wrapped my leg, he wrapped my shoes up, and
that's the one you're more talking about.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, I think I've put that much pressure on myself, or that much accountability on myself to make that guy miss and be that like difference maker.
I hear you.
It's just, for whatever reason, it was a good tackle by 6, and I hate myself for it. I hate that, you know, everybody's looking at Pat for, like, he overthrew me on that last play. It was a great ball. I just didn't have my feet under me to go up and get it. And the ball it's not even like it went over like the crossbars. Like it was a very catchable ball. If it
was right on the I think if you would have had footing, you definitely could have jumped up and got it, but 100%. You just didn't. Yeah. But either way, this is why you have teammates. This is it.
And I was in the tank, and these guys fucking, yet again, when I do something stupid or I fuck up, my guys are right there to pick me up. And it was awesome to see a guy like Leo Chenal be the difference maker.
That's what I was about to say. We talk about teammates,
man.
Like the way you talk about him, and the way it feels like all the Kansas City Chiefs talk about this guy. Like, he is the ultimate teammate. He does so many things. You guys will put him at fullback. He plays D-line. He plays linebacker. He does all these things for the Chiefs. And on top
Whatever
of that,
you
he
need,
blocks
baby.
kicks to win games.
Ain't that the truth?
Let's talk about this a little bit. Let's rewind this, Brandon, if we can. Get it back to the start here. So 54 is that position is called tight end on field goal. And I'm just letting you know this right now, people. It is the worst position.
It is arguably the hardest position on any special teams unit. This guy is being taught to stab the guy that is in the gap inside of him.
Yep.
Stab the guy that is in the gap outside of him, inside of him and outside of him. And then on top of that, take a fucking guy right down the center.
NFL player.
An NFL
you're not
player.
even allowed to touch it with your hands.
You're just here and they tell you to die slow.
That
is literally the coaching on it is like,
we
listen,
know you're gonna get your ass
You're
kicked.
gonna get your ass beat. All right. We put our toughest guy in there. We just need you to be stout for 2 seconds or however long it takes for them to snap the ball and kick it. Like, we just need you to have that like 2-second like strain to finish. And that's why they say die slow, because you typically end up on your ass every fucking time.
Every time they put this kind of rush where there's 3 guys over top of you, 3 people pushing on you, you're going to fall. Just don't fall too fast, essentially.
Yeah.
And he fell lickety split. I'm not gonna lie. This was.
He got
I don't even like. Look at where his
man.
butt is. You gotta get your butt up a little bit more than that. You know.
Well, we need more flat back. We need more flat
exactly.
back.
We're not worried about our head being down or anything. You got to get your job done. But
we got to bring Newton's law into this thing and start breaking out the protractor.
We used to say this guy used to be. We used to say he's the most unselfish player on the team. Before, when there was a kickoff return and a wedge unit.
Oh yeah,
wedge unit and this guy. But now that there's no more wedge unit, this guy takes the cake. You're gonna get killed.
He gets the award.
And what's unique about this too is like, I don't know if we still do this, to be honest with you, because I haven't been in the field goal meetings in a while. But typically the field side tight end is a bigger body guy that dies slower, because the way the kick has to go on the right hash, it's going to go to the left. So teams will usually put their bigger, better tight end to the field. A lot of times they won't play sides. It looked like Chicago just played these guys on sides. They didn't really like swap them. I know Jordan Mailata, when he used to do this, we used to put Jordan Mailata to the field. When Bo Allen used to do this, he was really good at it. We would put him to the field because we knew that the rush, if they were going to get there, had to come from that angle on a hash.
Which also makes it very interesting. And I don't want to call anybody out. I think it's already been noticed that 5-4 for Denver. I'm not sure of his name, but he was getting pointed out in the special teams like film that, hey, this guy isn't necessarily dying as slow as you would hope.
Of course, yeah.
You would hope that you fix that before you get put in a situation like this. And ironically, the play before this, they did a play. The quarterback did the offense did a play where they snap the ball and they run the ball over to the right hash and take a knee.
Yeah,
so
they centered.
They centered it. So now the kick has to go over the left side of the offensive line or the field goal block or the field goal unit. That's right where kind of 5-4 is, and I mean it's just it matched up perfectly for us to really give us a like confidence that we could go and get it. But at the end of the day, everything goes down to making the play. And you see guys like Leo Chenal and George Karlaftis, who's right here shooting, what is that, the C gap as well, trying to get in there, mowing them down. And
they're all going through that gap.
Everyone's going right through that gap. You could tell it was an effort and something that Coach Tobe, one of the best special teams coordinators of the NFL's history, he had dialed in on that one to make sure our guys knew that was a weak point or something that we could take advantage of.
And for those of you wondering why you would put the ball in the right hash, a lot of the times kickers actually don't want the ball in the middle of the field. They prefer having an angle on the kick, and they'll ask the kicker, hey, do you want this on the right hash or the left hash? When they have enough time like this in a crucial moment, they're going to try and make it as easy or put it in a position where the kicker has as much confidence as possible. So they put it on the right hash.
Yeah.
Unknowingly making it more vulnerable to being blocked because of where the pressure was coming the majority of the game. And I don't want to listen, I'm going to give Alex all the credit in the world. That position sucks.
It's the worst.
It is so hard.
It's the worst. They're just not.
Like, it's so easy for us to say, why isn't he leaning forward? Well, the problem is once you start leaning, then they start jetting the other gaps. Like it's a position that is really hard to be right on. You have to have great balance. It was not executed well for him, obviously, on that play. But part of it's also just like, he didn't get his foot down, which would have helped him. But what an amazing effort and just outstanding play from Karlaftis and from Leo Chenal. And was that Chris Jones who was also in on that on the inside? Maybe
Mike
Pennell. So
Jack Cochran getting in there. Everybody was in that thing.
Yeah, it was an insane effort on a play that's like, at that point you can't help but think a little bit like, God dang, man, this is damn near game's over almost. Like,
I mean, I told you I was in the fucking tank.
Yeah, especially on the sideline when you can't make a difference. You're like, come on, guys, please. Somebody please make a play. But the chances that happens is so small. I think couldn't happen to a better guy, it seems like, in Leo Chenal. Loved everything that happened after the game. So, yeah, couldn't happen to a better teammate, it seems. Everybody pumping up John Cena here. Mahomes on Chenal.
Cena.
He's like the strength.
They got it when he comes out of the tunnel next. They got to hit him with the John.
It's got to be from now on. Yes, dude. He's like the strength of a D lineman. He's like the strength of a D lineman, but he plays the linebacker position. You don't want to be the guy on the end when he's working out.
Bro, he made my training camp living hell going against him, man. I loved every bit of it too. He's just such a good teammate, accountable every single day, and you just love to see a guy have success like that, knowing how much he works, man. Yeah,
what did he do to make it I don't know, hard for you?
I mean, he's like long arms. He gets his hands on you in terms of reroutes. Spags was playing some defensive stuff that he knew we were going to play some good tight ends this year, so he wanted to have some packages in to kind of slow down the tight end off the ball. And Leo was the guy that fucking just making my day hell the third day in practice and just fucking standing in front of me and just making sure that I don't get into my route.
Can't get right into your route, throw the timing off.
And then on top of that, blocking him is it's one of the hardest things because his arms are so long and he plays with such good leverage, man.
Yeah, he's got good ankle flexion. Yeah, it's always a bummer. All right, Mike Pennell also said, Leo, before the play, he said that he was going to do it. So we all had faith in each other. He was unwavering faith in his ability. So we're all behind him. We call him the Beast.
He is the Beast.
Mahomes calls him John Cena. Everybody else calls him the Beast. This guy's got some great nicknames. I mean,
dude, do you know his nickname from college?
What's his nickname from college?
Death Row.
Death Row.
Death Row.
Death Row Records? Why is he Death Row?
Dude, well, I mean, watch how he plays. You'll get it.
All right.
This, my favorite clip ever, though.
What?
When he got drafted, they asked Leo Chenal, "What are you going to bring to Kansas City?" Okay. And he looked at that reporter. Violence and physicality.
Wow. Hey, that's a good answer. That's a football guy answer right there.
Please, can somebody please pull up that video?
Gotta find
Can you find that video? I think it was violence and physicality. I forget what it was.
Leo, what do you bring to the table for the kingdom? Violence and physicality, man. I am addicted to hitting people. I love it. I can't get enough.
Let's fucking go. I'm
addicted
to hitting people.
The whole crowd just erupts.
You just got someone that loves to assault people for a living. And I will take full advantage of being able to assault the man in front of me.
Leo, can you give us a nuanced answer as to why you are going to be a great pick for the Kansas City? Violence and physicality. That reminds me.
It's so good, dude.
That reminds me so much of that Marshawn Lynch interview.
Like his high school interview?
No, he's doing an interview and the reporter is like asking him questions. He's like, "There's not too many people that can take you running through somebody's face over and over,
over and over."
Over and over and over and over and over again. And the guy said, the reporter says, "Is there some type of I forget, he tries to like have some like quick, like smart comeback where it's like, oh, is there something symbolic in that?" And he said, "Run through a motherfucker face."
I mean, Marshawn is gold, man. God damn, I would have loved to fucking play with that guy.
Yeah, the field goal attempt almost didn't happen. It was reported on Pro Football Talk that there was talk among the Chiefs defense of possibly letting the Broncos score at the end as a strategy to get the ball back. And I'll explain this. Every team has a play in their playbook on defense. When you're out of timeouts, there's no way for you to stop the clock anymore. You'll actually let the team score just so you get an opportunity to get the ball back.
You have to be within a score, though.
It's a last-ditch effort. It usually happens with seconds, like you're under a minute on the play clock, and you're like, man, they're going to get a field goal. We can't stop the clock anymore. Let's just let them score a touchdown, because then maybe we can somehow get in the end zone if we get the ball back. And I was actually in that same bar wondering if you guys were going to do that. So it's interesting to know that you guys were also thinking about it, because it was in that – this was the situation where it's like we're in, I don't know what you guys call it. I think I don't even want to say what we used to call it because I don't know if that'll tip it off, but like.
Just let them score mode. Let them score mode.
But you don't want to make it too easy. We actually tried it on you guys very unconvincingly, and you guys took a kneel down and didn't score. Unfortunately, we would have hoped you would have scored.
This is a situation where sometimes you'll actually see the defense try and carry a guy in, like carry a tackle, try and make a tackle, carry him into the end zone. You know, seriously. And so if you ever see that at the end of a game,
sometimes it requires a little bit of acting ability. You don't want to just make it obvious you're letting them score. You want to actually miss a tackle on purpose. But either way, Spags reportedly said, no, we're not doing that. We're going to make this stop and force them to make the kick. Interesting. I mean, listen.
In Spags,
thoughts
we trust,
on the strategy, baby. It worked. I don't know.
In Spags, we trust, baby.
Yeah, right. In retrospect, it's absolutely bonkers that you guys blocked this kick. And I think it's like I said before, it is probably the most electric way to end a game on a block.
Dude, it was.
The double thump to end it. Like, that is absolutely freaking crazy.
Especially from 35 yards out. It's one thing if it's from fucking deep, man.
Exactly. Like, this is like I don't know what it was.
It was
92%?
It was a build-up.
It's probably a 92% chance that the field goal's going in.
I might even be higher than that. The fact that it was kind of building up from like the 2-minute, because we used just about all our timeouts. I think we had one left, but we used all our timeouts, tried to set it up so that we would have time left, and they get the big first down on the third down play. That gets them into field goal range, and now they keep just like slowly taking off the clock. So it's like building up. It's like, fuck, how do we let them get to this point, man? Now it's like the chances are slim, and then do-do, and the fucking top just fucking pops off, and just the entire stadium just goes nuts. It was insane, man.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
You don't have too many regular season games that get the stadium rocking like that, man.
For sure.
But little Chiefs Broncos always gets it going.
Well, another thing that got it rocking on social media after the game, the Chanel jersey incident.
My God, Leo, man.
This was pretty cool. Once Coach Reed finished his post-game remarks, he let Chanel break down the team's final huddle, a first-time moment for him in his career. A few minutes later,
Leo's definitely broke down the huddle. I don't know who's writing this.
I don't know, but I'm just going to read it because I don't know anything. Actually, a few minutes later, before his post-game shower, Chanel asked Kelsey for something he's wanted since his rookie season. Just before Chanel left the locker room, Kelsey, still shirtless, gave his teammate the memento he wanted, his red game-worn 87 jersey with his signature and a short message to Chanel written in black Sharpie on the white number 7. And Chanel said, "I've been waiting for the right time," smiling. I felt I earned it. That's good.
My God.
That's pretty awesome, man.
He earned it. He earned it just by fucking being a good teammate.
Right? Yeah, right.
And this is my fault. Of course, it's my fault. He mentioned that he wanted it since his rookie year. He came up to me and asked me for it, and I was like, dude, fuck yeah, no problem, man. I'll write this thing out to you in a heartbeat. And sure enough, I forget to do it that day, and 2 years later, I'm sitting here. He comes up to me and calls me out. He's like, "You still owe me a jersey." I'm like, "Goddamn, today's the day you're getting it, brother."
This is how you know we're brothers.
So he's got the not only the game-winning block kick jersey. I put the date on it. I told him how much I appreciate him being a teammate and a Super Bowl champion with me. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Ironically, it was the day I became the leading touchdown. Reception.
Yeah. Did you
touchdown reception
overtook
leader?
It, or you tied Tony? I can't remember which one.
I think I might have tied him.
I think you tied Tony.
Yeah. Which I tied him on that day, so I made sure to write that down there on him.
That's
awesome.
On the that's a legendary.
When I told that to him, he was sitting there like, "What? No, I can't." I'm like, "It's in good hands. it's yours, brother."
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, this is how you know we're brothers. I think I owe like 15 guys from the league.
A million.
Still, like,
a million. I think I still owe my guy Hunter Henry one, man. Fuck.
I don't know how your jersey is after games. When I tried to like sign the jersey after games,
soaking wet.
Yeah,
it all runs
and it bleeds. Like it never like.
That's a part of it. That's a part of it.
It's part of the magic of it.
Yeah. That's how you know it's another part of the. That thing was worn, and it was sweated on, and there was bloodshed.
What do we think was the better post game gift to Leo? The jersey from you or a little cheeseburger?
Andy treating him to a cheeseburger? Hell yeah! Shit, the entire Chiefs Kingdom treats him to meals for the rest of his life. I bet you. I would say the cheeseburger from Andy Reid is an all time great gift. So
I do want to say we're pumping up the end of this game, and Leo, I do got to give the Broncos credit. I mean, they played.
Are you
fantastic.
fucking kidding me, man? Their defense
and they've been
is
good,
fucking sound.
Their defense has been great all season long. They came off of a little bit of a rough one the week before, but they have been really
their front
good.
Seven flies around. They do a great job of mixing up blitzes and just throwing guys at you left and right and playing fast. 5'5".
Dude,
their middle linebacker flies the fuck around.
Yeah,
40. Their backers are super athletic,
they're
very
well
in tuned,
yep.
very well coached,
good instincts. Vance Joseph got those guys playing.
I told him
really
afterwards,
good.
man, it's an honor going up against you, man, because I know it's one of the biggest challenges in the league, man. And who would have thought one of the best defenses in the league got a white corner?
There's an outside corner.
Yeah, 21 starter. Man. He hides it though. He wears long sleeves. He hides it. Andy, I think he wears like the turtleneck too.
It's smart.
He hides it. Yeah.
Don't let
him see the skin.
He hides it.
Don't let him see the skin.
Which one's the white guy again? I can't tell.
It's like camouflage.
That's funny. Oh man.
No man, serious. And honestly, that kid, he can play. Everybody over there, their safeties. I got covered by a linebacker for a play. I mean, they throw different looks at you, and Coach Payton.
Of course.
Sean Payton's got those guys motivated and playing great ball on the offensive side too. Bo Nix, holy shit, that guy was fucking ripping it out there.
Especially
yesterday.
In the first half. They got up to an
some
early.
Good fucking football, man.
Well, the Broncos, we just talked about it. The Broncos did hold you guys to 3 of 4 field goals in the red zone. They were very stingy down there in particular, but they did let up one, and that was to the Big Yeti himself. We talked about it a second ago, where you tied Tony Gonzalez for the most touchdowns in Chiefs franchise history. Let's see this clip. And this was a 4th down, like ballsy kind of. It was early in the game. What was it 3-14?
I think it was second quarter. Yeah.
What is this route called?
It's called to just get the fuck open and get your eyes around because you're wide ass open. This is the one time the Broncos got a little botched up. We had guys crossing, going left and right, a guy going vertical, and sometimes that just softens up the defense enough to, if the guy underneath just gets his eyes back, it's a touchdown.
It's interesting to me is like, so you guys are in this bunch formation, and a lot of times you'll see teams throw these like quick screens and do like these like little follows into the end zone with the guy. But you guys do this, it's almost like a delayed follow where like they go out, they run their crossers, and you kind of act like you're going out and then come right back where you just were. Does that make sense at all? I don't know.
No, I mean, you're right. And what it does is it puts
because they're all banjoing this. They're trying to figure out who am I taking.
They're playing a defense that's very similar to what you would play in the field. And that's they box the bunch. They put 5 guys literally like a box. They put the corner high outside, the safety right over top, and he plays everything inside. The corner plays everything outside. The underneath nickel or the will backer then plays the flat while the Mike's kind of sits in the inside and takes any short crossers. Well, this formation, we scored 2 touchdowns with D-Hop on the backside. So the Mike flies left to try and take away the inside throw to D-Hop.
He's got to take the first crosser.
Yeah, and then Justin Ross does a great job of taking off the top. And, I mean, it's, at that point, there's a lot of space underneath for me to work, and Pat was right on time. That
outside defender, he's got to respect you running to the flat.
Yeah.
So when you come and follow that guy who takes the inside defender, there's nobody left to take you. I thought it was great. It was a great design, and
Yeah, and my guy Noah Gray is wide ass open here too. So I mean, it was literally pick your poison by Pat right here.
Either way, awesome play on 4th down. Chiefs defense still balling out. I mean, I know they kind of got led up a little bit early. They gave up some leakage late on that last drive. They only gave up 16 points. If they make that field goal, 19 points. As an offense with a guy like Pat Mahomes back there, Coach Reed dialing up plays. Yeah. We have the pieces to put up fucking points, man. And it is getting a little frustrating, but Chiefs Kingdom, stick with us, baby. We're going to start putting fucking points up, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it in old Chiefs fashion. Yeah.
We're finding ways to win, which is always a good thing, and we're learning and we're growing, and we're definitely, rolling with the punches in terms of like how teams are playing us. And we're growing with that. And I think that Coach Nagy, Coach Reed, Coach Heck, the offensive staff that's really creating these game plans, they're putting us in great positions to have success. But it takes all 11, man. It takes all 11. It takes the tight ends to be having their feet underneath them so we score touchdowns instead of field goals. It takes, everybody up front to be on the same page so that we're picking up blitzes. It takes everybody running their route to the discipline that Coach Reed teaches it, so that guys get open faster and it's a clearer picture for Pat. Everybody's got to do their fucking job every single play. And I know I haven't done it. I got to make sure that as a leader on this team, I'm doing everything I can to help this team and to make this thing go.
Yeah, love it. LeBron stat of the game. No other team in NFL history has won 9 straight games in which they trailed in the second half, regular and postseason. You guys have trailed in all 9 games? Is that what that stat is saying? That's not correct.
This is true, Jason.
You're saying you guys have trailed in all of your 9 last?
Every fucking game.
Wow.
In the second half.
That's fucking mind-blowing, actually. That's not a LeBron stat. That's pretty fucking crazy.
It's not where you want to be as an offense, Jason. And I know this, and it is, like I said, it's frustrating. It is frustrating knowing that we're not scoring enough points right now. And it's what you go to work for, baby. You got enough pride to get it fixed, you're going to fucking get it fixed. And I got my mindset on that.
Well, next week, you guys have an opportunity to get it fixed. You head back to Buffalo. How about this, to take on Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
Last time you were in Buffalo, I was there, and it was a fun evening for everyone involved.
Unless you're the Bills.
Yeah, correct. Unless you're Bills Mafia, in which case, not the best end of the season for those guys, but they are rolling right now. Bills are looking good. Josh Allen.
He is playing fucking lights out right now.
He's got his best touchdown to interception ratio in his whole career. Joe Brady is really taking the offense to another level. It feels like.
I think Josh is taking it up another level too.
Himself.
I think he's doing an unbelievable job of taking care of the ball, mixing in when he's going to fucking be the bulldozer that he is, and then mixing up when he wants to run around guys. He's playing great football. And, when you get a juggernaut like him on the offensive side, you got to fucking put up points, man. So now more than ever, are we going to need to fucking score touchdowns?
Yes.
And I'm going to be locked in this week to try and make sure I'm accountable for my guys.
Oh, can't wait to watch this one. I will not be shirtless this time around. I'll be watching this one from some comfortable area, but
nice. All right, now 92%ers, we're back for another week with our sponsor, MetaQuest. That's right, MetaQuest. We're halfway through the NFL season, and you can feel like you're a part of the action by playing the VR football game NFL Pro Era on MetaQuest 3.
NFL Pro Era is a VR football game that doesn't just let you take control of your favorite players, but actually gives you their view from inside the helmet. Plus, you get the chance to step under center as the quarterback of your favorite team for the Chiefs, maybe even the Eagles.
You know it. You can also wreak havoc on defense from the linebacker position and try your best to shut down the Eagles' tush-push, or even try to keep the Chiefs' offense out of the end zone.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
The MetaQuest 3 is also super light and comfortable. That's right. So you don't even have to put on an NFL helmet to see the field from a QB's point of view.
Also, NFL Pro Era has a field where you can play online with up to 7 friends at once, just like the backyard football we used to play as kids.
So if you want to explore the NFL Pro Era football verse and lead your team to glory, head to meta.com/quest to check out NFL Pro Era and see everything else that's possible on MetaQuest.
The NFL season is in full swing, and that's why we need to tell you about our special hookup for today's sponsor, SeatGeek, who are back for their third season with New Heights.
Man, just keep coming back, baby. And we have a special discount for the 92%ers. As always, you can get 10% off any ticket on SeatGeek. That's whether you're a new customer or not, with the code, you guessed it, New Heights.
How about that? And that works for sports, concerts, comedy shows, going to see Travis and the Chiefs play, you name it.
All right, now.
You can even grab a ticket to experience Monday Night Football. That's right, in person like I do most weeks.
SeatGeek rates on a scale of 1 to 10. So look for the green dots. Green means good, and red means, bad, not so good.
Save yourself some money. Open the SeatGeek app and add code New Heights to your account to get 10% off your next order. Doesn't matter if you've used SeatGeek before. That's right. It does not matter. That's code New Heights for 10% off. Terms apply.
Once again, that's code New Heights for 10% off.
It's time to talk about our friends over at Coke Zero Sugar. Coke Zero Sugar and EA Sports College Football have an exciting new partnership. When you scan a Coke Zero Sugar product, you can instantly unlock the most coveted in-game currency college ultimate team packs that can be used in-game. Just go ahead and scan your Coke Zero Sugar, and it will unlock instant win college ultimate team packs that can be used in EA Sports College Football 25. New rewards will drop every few weeks on Coke.com from now through November. So make sure you scan your Coke Zero Sugar for a chance to win. Also, Coke Zero Sugar's Fan Work is Thirsty Work National Football Tour is visiting college football and NFL stadiums around the country during the biggest games all season long. They'll have samples, live events, and even a friendly EA College Football 25 tournament on game day. Coke Zero Sugar's Tailgate Tour is headed to Athens, Georgia, as the Tennessee Volunteers come to town for an SEC matchup that's sure to be electric. Fans can swing by if they're interested or in the area and tackle a game day with great taste. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? You should probably try it and decide. Let's get to a little bit of Eagles recap. It was a fun one.
Let's talk about a little bit of the Birds out in L.A.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Birds and then get into your L.A. trip after this one. Eagles 34, Cowboys 6. Jason, initial thoughts on the game? The fucking blowout.
I mean, the initial thoughts are that Dallas is just really bad right now.
Yeah, the Fighting Dallases.
And that the Eagles are
playing great football.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know it's, Dallas isn't good right now, but this is what you're supposed to do against bad teams. You're supposed to beat them 34-6.
Yeah.
Philadelphia's really settled into who they are. It seems like they're playing much better. We've all known that they've had the players to get it done. They have great talent on both sides of the ball. They're really starting to gel as units and play as a team. And I think that that's the thing that's been really fun to watch the last couple of weeks. They're figuring out their identity on offense, and they're starting to really play to their strengths as a unit. And defensively, they've had a couple bad games, but outside of that, they've been good. They've been really good. And as of late, the defensive line has picked it up. They're playing fantastic. I mean, obviously, everybody's criticizing the pass rush. When you play with a lead, the pass rush looks a lot better. You put them in third and long situations, keep them, stay ahead of the sticks. You're going to get good opportunities to rush the passer. And I think that the Eagles right now are playing very, very well. It also helps when you get 5 turnovers.
Yeah, how about that? Win the turnover battle, baby. The fucking win percentage skyrockets. Eagles now in first place in the NFC East with a 5th straight win, and Birds get their first win in Dallas since 2017, as Jason remembers. Quick stats from the game. Jalen went 14 of 20 for 202 yards and a tutty. He's just playing he has the answers to the test, man. It seems like he's ahead of the curve, and it's fun watching him ball out right now because he's flawless right now. His throws are right on point. Everything downfield seems to be in sync. AJ Brown had 5 catches for 109. AJ Brown's doing his goddamn thing, as he always does. Forced 5 Cowboy turnovers, 1 interception, and 4 fumbles. Guys are fucking punching the ball. And the Eagles pulled starters early in the 4th quarter. How about that?
Yeah, Jalen is playing really good right now. I mean, I know the thing that he's really done since the bye is he's taking care of the football. He's being very smart. I know he had the 1 interception to Diggs in the end zone where Diggs really sloughed off of his responsibility, made a good play. And then he had the fumble where I don't know what you do. Michael Parsons came around on a TE and was on top of him before he really had time to react. But, he's been very smart with the football, but also still taking chances. It's hard to navigate that. How do I be aggressive and allow my guys to go make plays like AJ Brown, but also do that in a way that is smart and we're not putting the ball at risk? And I think that he's been really good. It's clear that him and Kellen have really started to build a chemistry as to what this offense is now. It looks like it has an identity.
Hell yeah.
They've turned into, they lean on Saquon. They run the football. They're doing the play actions. They're doing a little bit more under center stuff, and which lends yourself to some different play actions than you can do from the gun. And they've done some really good things the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's fun to watch right now. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Hell yeah. Well, I don't get this next quote, but the biggest takeaways from the game, Jerry Jones is still at war with the sun.
Yeah, there was a moment in the game, CeeDee Lamb running across the end zone had a chance to have a wide open touchdown and could not see the ball.
I'm not going to lie. Playing in that stadium, I've fucking had that problem before. That fucking glare coming through that end zone in the afternoon is fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's like the glass makes it fucking like spread more.
Right.
It's like the sun is bigger and brighter than it's ever fucking been.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it, but obviously you try not to let those kind of things be an excuse. But holy shit, man, that I mean, I get it. I understand where he's coming from here.
Yeah. I mean, there's some pictures right here. I mean, it is crazy how aggressive that sun is at that time of the day coming through that window. You'd think they put up like shades or something, but alas.
Look at that, dude.
Dude.
What the fuck? Why the fuck is it that bright?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the funny thing is, I think I saw somewhere, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw it on the internet, so I'm going to assume it's true, like everybody else does.
Of course.
I think they actually have shades because they do like concerts in there, and singers have like said that they're it bothers them. So they have shades. Yeah, no. They can, like, it's an option that they could legitimately just put the shades down and they just don't do it.
Might have to ask somebody that. CeeDee Lamb post-game comments on the sun at AT&T Stadium. I couldn't see the ball. I couldn't see the ball at all.
The sun.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Is he in favor of curtains? Probably.
Yes.
1,000% he is. Did you talk to Jerry Jones about that, Lamb? I mean, y'all doing my job right now. All right. Nice. He'll hear it. He'll hear it.
I think Jerry's going to get it. There might be shades next game.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that, maybe in the fourth quarter, you make the other team in an afternoon game have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Have to look into the sun.
See, Jerry Jones was asked about the possibility of putting up curtains to block out the sun at AT&T Stadium. He said, well, let's tear the damn stadium down and build another one. Are you kidding me? I'm saying the world knows where the sun is. You get to know that almost a year in advance. Someone asked me about the sun. What about the sun? Where's the moon? I need to hear this
what the fuck
to understand what the
Jerry
fuck he just
about? Hey, man, listen.
Are you kidding?
I hear him on You Know Where the Sun Is, dude.
The world knows where the sun is. Yeah, and so do architects.
Yeah.
And people that build stadiums. And usually you try to avoid the fact the sun might be directly in your receiver's eyes.
Dude, whatever it is. You have, I mean, at Arrowhead, there is a time.
Is there a recording of this? I want to hear how Jerry says this. I can't repeat this and say it with the right inflection. There
is 100% a time at Arrowhead Stadium where it's an afternoon game, and typically it has to be a noon game. You know, the sun's already kind of going down by 4 o'clock and getting underneath the stadium at this point in the year. But there is a time, if there is a noon game, that in the first and second quarter, maybe even peeking into the third quarter, that you're going to get that sun coming across the field. So it's like if you have a hitch, like it doesn't necessarily go downfield or like how this is coming through the end zone in Dallas.
Yeah, but
you
I
don't
think
catch
that's
it that
the
way.
point.
But that like, you put the stadium so that
have it going across the stadium. Don't have it so that you're going to be looking right back at where the ball's going to be coming from 90% of the time.
But it's going to look beautiful when the sun just glares through there in the afternoons. And it does look beautiful. I do love playing in Cowboy Stadium when that's happening. It makes it feel really cool until you miss
have
a touchdown.
To catch a football.
Knowing that, I mean, we got to fucking block that thing out. I mean, have we played outfield before?
I guess in Jerry's defense, you would think the Cowboys would know this is an issue and they could use it to their advantage, but I don't know.
Yeah. Where's the moon?
Where's the moon? The old moon got in the way, coach. Said no one ever. Is there going to be like a solar eclipse one night and like Jerry's going to. I don't know. I think that this is one of those like Jerryisms where you got to hear him saying it for it to make sense.
Well, Jerry doubled down on his son theory Tuesday, saying AT&T Stadium was built as an indoor stadium with an outdoor feel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People appreciate that kind of stuff.
They do. I do like an
I don't
indoor-outdoor
want
stadium.
to adjust the stadium for one reason. It's an advantage for us.
Okay.
The stadium has been an advantage for the Cowboys. The team knows where the sun is during the game, and it won't change.
He's got a point. The Cowboys have been very good at home. We had that stat up earlier. The Eagles haven't beaten them since 2017, and I think it's pretty apparent the Eagles have had better teams than the Cowboys, and we have struggled down there. It's a difficult place to play for a multiplicity of factors. I've never noticed the sun as much, but I'm also not catching that many balls, so maybe there's something there. I don't know. I do. That's my thing. It's like if you know where the sun's at, I mean, you can kind of like try and avoid that, I guess, or like maybe you wear like a tinted visor. I don't know.
LeBron stat of the game: Jalen Hurts is the third player in NFL history with 75 passing touchdowns and 50 rushing touchdowns. So yeah, that's a LeBron stat.
Not bad.
That's both equally as impressive as it is pointless. So because nobody cares about being the third player. Everyone wants to be the one player.
As we know, the Cowboys are struggling right now. They're in a free fall. I'll actually be in Dallas Monday night, and I'll get to see this sun moon stuff firsthand and be able to offer my perspective potentially afterwards.
Ooh, yeah, let's see if Jason can catch a over route in the sun.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Dude. Let's see it.
It's not a it's
You'll
a night
have to
game,
do this before.
so I'll have to do it before.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan and Swag usually go on NFL Live a couple, like 3 hours before the game. So that it should be right around that time.
Yeah. Maybe
I can go in there and try and catch a crosser.
Let's pre-record it. Let's pick out the exact time that this play happened and see if Jason can run full speed and catch a pass right.
I'm going to come back the next week with a broken nose. I know it. Ball's going to crush me.
You're going to be like Marsha Brady.
Yeah.
Next week, the Eagles are taking on the Commanders on Thursday Night Football. That's right. We got a good one, baby. A little divisional game, probably the biggest game in the division. Those two teams are playing very fucking well.
This is huge.
Last time both teams had records more than one game above 500 entering the game was November 26th, 2000. Wow, how about that? 2000. Damn.
Been a while.
Who was on those 2000 teams?
2000 would have been Donovan. I don't know who would have been on Washington. I mean, Clinton Portis, maybe. That's a while ago.
Brad Johnson.
Wow. How about that?
Trick shot Brad. He's all over the internet doing trick shots. Shout out to Brad Johnson, man.
Heck yeah.
All right, let's keep this thing moving and get out of the house because Jason was loose as a goose over there on the West Coast, baby.
All righty, out of the house. That's right, Out of the House is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with the irresistible taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try it and decide.
Jason stopped by Eagles Bar in L.A., like he said, to watch the birds. How was it, Jason?
It was awesome. We were staying in Santa Monica for the game, so we kind of hit up the local spots there. I think Garage might have been a little bit outside of that, but we ended up going to Britannia and the Garage Motor Club, I think is the full name of the bar.
Nice.
The whole weekend, though, was fun. It was a great time.
They have any garage beer in there?
A lot of food. They did not have any garage beer. We're still trying to get over there on the West Coast.
We got to get over there to the West Coast.
I talked to the guys about it. We're in the process. We're still working that out.
How was the LA Eagles fans compared to the natives back in Philly?
Obviously, they get to celebrate their Philadelphia fandom being together at these bars while, Eagles games are happening or Sixers or all this stuff. So it's a fun moment for everybody to get together. You're not around it constantly like you are in Philadelphia. So I think, you could tell that this is much more of an event and a production for all the local guys and girls that live out that way.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was really awesome to be out there. I was trying to make it more of just like a pop-up and show up, like not be like a whole production, but it turned into a whole production, but it was still fun. Everybody was super nice. The energy was crazy. Obviously, they were beating the crap out of Dallas, which leads to good energy from Eagles fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great time. Met a lot of really good people, have some stories, and enjoyed it.
Love it. Did you run into more Eagles fans or Rams fans out there?
Honestly, I'm probably saying Eagles fans.
Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere.
LA's weird. LA is such a transplant city that there's really fans from all over the country there. Like even the bar that I was saying, even before we went to the two Eagles bars.
All the coasts have that though. And I think
no doubt.
I think LA and New York do have that diehard fan base. It's harder in football because they haven't had that one team be there for the entire the
Rams
entirety
were there and
of
they left and they came back. Yeah.
Like the Rams left and came back. The Raiders have been in and out. The Chargers now are there. So it's like the fans kind of, I don't know, latch on to whoever's good at the time because it's fun to watch. And it's tough. And I'm sure it's been hard on a lot of the fan bases or a lot of the diehard football fans to just fully commit to a team when the ownership fucking yanks them out of there every 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, I'll also say that I went to two Eagles bars. So obviously I saw a ton of Eagles fans. Like there was at the Rams game, there were tons of Rams fans in the stadium. I mean,
Rams house, baby. They definitely get it rocking for sure.
But the Big Dean's bar down there, the Giants bar, like there's people from all over the country in LA. And that was one of the cool things is like, it's a melting pot, right? You're seeing people from all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah, it's the land of opportunity. There's a lot of business that brings people together out there.
It was fun. I enjoyed my time there greatly. Had a lot of great food.
Jason, you got into a push-up contest.
I did.
Rocking the Gold's Gym tank that you got. The kids were out at the at Rams house, and I was impressed, man. 54.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not think I was gonna get 54. 54? I am very happy with this performance.
There's no way. My shoulders would snap. My shoulders would snap. You started. I mean. You did better than me. I would have went to a knee way before this. You fought through and you dug deep and you could tell you were grinding them out.
Yeah. And I got my ass kicked by a bunch of Navy SEALs who are much better at push-ups and a lot of things than I am. But this was awesome to be out there on Veterans Day with a bunch of guys that had served for this country for a number of years and to have some fun like this. It was a really, really cool experience. And just an awesome way to, pay tribute. The whole evening was paying tribute to people in our military and armed services. And
it's awesome. I think it's one of the best things the league does.
Yeah. Man. The Salute to Service Week is always like
it's the entire month of November. It changes depending on what teams have home games and when they specifically have their salute to service game and stuff. But it's the reason why I wear the Army fatigue green gloves throughout the week, and I typically try and get at least one pair to somebody in uniform. Or afterwards, find somebody that's served or is serving now. So it's awesome, and we always pay our respects to those that are serving this beautiful country, and we appreciate you guys forever for it, man.
Absolutely.
What was the guy in the black doing?
Dude, I don't know what this dude served. Like how many? I forget how many years Seth was in.
Dude, he's doing like the worm.
The military. I have no idea if he's got bad hips, bad shoulders.
Maybe that's a technique.
All I know is doing 93 of whatever the fuck he's doing. I couldn't have done 93 of it. That's all I know.
It ain't cheating. It ain't, whatever it is, he's doing them.
93 is still a lot in 1 minute, and he killed it. So I'm happy for him.
All right. Anything else you want to mention this trip?
No, man, it was just fun. Went to a lot of local spots. Like I said, had a bunch of great food. What's this burger place? I don't know, man. It was it was a very, very fun weekend in LA. Ran into Brandon one of the nights, which is always good. Did not see Jets Jake. He did not make the time for me, unfortunately. Yeah, had a good time.
Jets Jake it's
too busy. He's on social all the time. He doesn't leave the house except to walk his dog.
It's a tough life for Jets Jake right now.
He's also in depression with what's happening with the Jets right now.
It's tough. It's tough.
We're actually going to have a video going up on some out of the house stuff, so we'll see how that turns out.
Nice. Jason, I'm just so proud of you.
Of what, Travis?
For getting out of the house. You're such a homebody.
Dude, it was fun.
You're thriving right now. You're glowing. Look at you.
I love meeting people. That's what I like being out of the house.
This is the first time I've ever heard of that.
No, I've always liked the people part. It's the walking and moving part that I don't like as much.
All right.
Yeah, that does it for Out of the House. Brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar.
Let's keep this thing moving to what else is going on in the NFL. Like Jared Goff bringing the Buns Stats back. That's right. An incredible Buns stat in the Lions' win over Houston. Became the third quarterback in the last 30 years to win a game while throwing 5 interceptions.
How crazy is that? Well
as a fellow Buns Stats representative, Jared, I am proud of you for finding a way to fucking win.
That's right.
God damn it, it is hard in the NFL.
Shout out to Jake, Jake Bates. 2 big field goals at the end.
Oh yeah. The actual game. That was a fun game. That was a fun game to watch. We were all watching it after hanging out, watching that game, and we were screaming, "We want 6! We want 6!" And then we weren't talking about touchdowns. We wanted to see that guy throw the 6th interception and still find a way to win. We wanted that Bun stat to be way more epic than it already was. Shout out to Goff and the Lions, though, man. Those guys are fucking playing hard. They got a big one this week, too.
Did you hear Dan Campbell speak into existence the interception? Coming out of half, he's talking to the reporter. You know, they do the little on-field stuff. And the half starts, right? Houston's starting with the ball. Mm-hmm. First play of the second half. And Campbell said, we just got to keep our head down, get a couple things go our way, get a couple turnovers. And as soon as he says it, interception for the Lions.
Nice. Huh?
Talk about speaking it into existence.
Fighting Dan Campbell's, baby.
Yeah, baby.
International games. We had the final international game in Germany between the Panthers and the Giants, an absolute barn burner of the 2-7 teams. After Goodell said the league is looking to play upwards of 8 games outside of the United States in 2025, including Ireland.
Ooh.
NFL has also announced it will play again. Yeah, that sounds super fun.
Dude, I am in on all of these.
A little Dublin. Where do you think it is? You think it's got to be Dublin,
It's
right?
going to be Dublin, I would assume.
Yeah, it's got to be Dublin.
Get a little Guinness factory in.
NFL has already announced that it will play a game in the renovated stadium in Madrid.
Yeah.
That will return to the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City for the first time since 2022 when we played. Yeah. And
you love that, right? It was a nice mile-long walk from the locker room.
Shit. Yeah, it was sweet, though. It was fun. Yeah, it was.
I remember you talking about how long the walk was from the locker room to the field.
It wasn't going down the ramp. It was coming up from half, and you're just like, why the fuck didn't we just stay on the field?
Yeah.
But Mexico City was an awesome place to play. The Azteca was so fucking lit, and there's a lot of history in that place.
Yeah,
and it makes you feel like you're in a bunch of just like a crazed environment for fucking competition. I love that shit.
That's awesome.
And the league is expected to be back in Brazil and Germany in 2025. So, is this too much? Is this too much flying?
Not to
players?
me.
That's what I'm fucking saying, man. Fucking send me to the moon.
I don't play anymore. Like,
send me to the
moon. For me,
it's
just a reason to go to a fun place to watch a football game. Like, are they traveling too much or going to Dublin, Ireland? Like, not if I get to go to Dublin, Ireland. I'm all on board with this.
Well, this is what you did when I played in London last.
Yeah. I came and watched you guys.
You came out and then you went with the family over to Ireland. Yeah.
It was our bye week, and I went out and you guys are playing what, Detroit?
Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Found a way to get a dub. My guy Alex Smith had a great game.
Yeah, I am all in. I'm all in on all these international games. As long as most of the Eagles games are still in Philadelphia, I'm all in on all the international games.
I love it. I love the international games. Maybe get one over in Australia, though. Let's go the other way.
They've been talking about that for a while. I was curious that he didn't mention Australia.
We've been going east. Let's go west.
Well, I think you can go either way. You can go either east or west. You'll run into it.
I think the Aussies would fucking get so rowdy. Play one of those rugby stadiums.
Or one of those Australian Football League stadiums.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Those things get fucking rocking, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, New Zealand is a different country, but it is.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's
kind of the same, though.
I said Australia or New Zealand.
Or New Zealand. Okay. All right, my bad.
How do you thought? I'm just all right, my dude.
I mean, I used to think it was the same thing. It's pretty much the same.
All right, my dude.
Moving on to Steelers against the Commanders. Obviously, we just talked about the Eagles have a tough matchup against the Commanders this week. The Commanders lost to the Steelers this past week in a very close game that came off to a offsides jump.
Came down to it, yeah.
Watch this clip. They come up 4th and 1. I mean, you know they're not going to run a play at the 50-yard line because if they don't get it, you're basically guaranteeing a field goal.
I mean, you don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely running a play. But you know that the chance of them running a hard, you can't jump off sides. You kind of know that there's a chance they're going to do this hard count.
That's tough.
Gosh.
That's tough.
My man, Isaac Seumalo, signaling first down. Russ is happy. He's doing
How
the
can you not be, man?
He's doing the
just snuck
Mr.
one in there.
Unlimited dance.
I think that was actually the put that shit on dance.
Oh, okay.
Steelers coach Mike Tomlin on getting the Commanders to jump off sides on a clutch fourth down. The reporter, I assume you were not going to go for it there on fourth down. Mike Tomlin, we'll never know, will we? You know, I am a degenerate. I am a degenerate. God damn, that's good.
How about that?
Yeah, just got to keep them on their toes. You never know. Hey, Travis, which way were you supposed to go on this? We'll never know.
I think the more I think about it, you probably do go for it on 4th and 1 there because there's a lot of time left. And if you get it, the game's over. How confident do you feel?
Yeah.
We'll never know what Mike was going to do. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Is it hard not to false start? No, it is not hard. So this is what happens when some of the producers read the questions, guys. They said, is it hard to not false start? I don't know. Is it hard to not false start for the offense? No, it's if it is the play that they're talking about where they're not going to run a play, it is incredibly easy not to false start. You're actually incredibly dumb if you do false start because there's no play. That being said, I have false started not knowing what the play was before. Never in a game, but in practice. When you rep this one time, I was like, oh, Doug's like, what are you doing, man? There's no play. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know why that just happened. I'm stupid for that. And Doug was like,
it's a good cadence, coach. It's a good cadence.
I was like, I'm really dumb for that. And Doug was like,
we do that, they're going to jump.
Yeah.
I was just letting you know I wasn't locked in. And if we catch them not locked in, that's what's going to happen.
I think the more applicable question is it hard to not jump as a defensive player? And probably not. I mean, typically everybody's reminding each other on both sides in this situation.
I mean, you would hope so. Maybe the Commanders didn't
signal it in. Like any situation like that, you're typically telling them, D-Joe, or like, dude, do not jump on the snap. Like, it is okay to be a titch off of it, but maybe not. Maybe they just went all in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does the defense know you're not running a play? I mean, they might have had. That's the thing about this. They can go with a hard count and try and jump them off sides, but also have a play designed after that. I still got to think that they were probably not going to run a play there. They still had a couple timeouts. So they probably were going to try and draw them off sides, then take the timeout and decide whether they were going to either punt or go for it.
Or just fucking do a QB sneak right there.
They're not doing a QB sneak. You know how I know that?
Nope.
The quarterback's feet. The quarterback, when they do quarterback sneaks, gets a foot behind him. He's got even feet. He's not running quarterback sneak right there. He could change him up, though, on the second cadence, I guess, I suppose.
There you go. Poopgate.
Woo!
Lions linebacker James Houston went viral this weekend for allegedly shitting his pants on the field.
Yeah, this is rough.
Oh,
this is why I hate white pants. This is one of the reasons I hate white pants. I would like to say that I have not ever done this. And luckily, I haven't been out there during a game and done this before. But listen, sometimes, you're exerting a lot of effort on the field. And if you get caught in the wrong type of gut situation.
Nah, dude, what do you mean? If he said it right here, hey, y'all, I sat on some Gatorade.
Come on. Dude. Travis, you and I both know he ain't sit on no Gatorade. Not in that exact specific spot. We all know what that is. And he has nothing to be ashamed of. I am here to have your back, James. I have done this. Dude, I did this before a game once.
What is this?
And
high school?
I felt, like when you shart and you know that there's a possibility something just came up, but you're not certain. And I remember turning.
You got to get off the field.
I turned, and I'm not going to announce names. I turned to my buddy, my O-line friend, and I was like, "Hey, can you check me? Because I think I might have just shit myself, right?" And he checks me. He says, "You're good." I go out for warm-ups, do the whole warm-ups. Lane comes up to me after warm-ups. He's like, "Hey, you got shit all up and down your pants right now." So in between warm-ups and the start of the game, that should seep through. I keep my shoulder pads on, take off all of my all of my lower half.
All of it.
Get in the shower and showering.
Oh, that's funny as fuck. And you felt that nasty. You had to
dude,
it out. Yeah.
it was disgusting.
I get it.
But yeah, this is not the first time it's happened. I know many players that this happened to. It could potentially be Gatorade. I think it's probably highly likely it was a shart that went awry. Because it's just this white pants, man. It's risky. it's a risky situation. You gotta
eat right. You gotta take your vitamins. Make sure that gut health is right. All right, I'm done talking about shitting yourself.
All right,
Coach quote of the week comes from Saints interim
head coach. Got to win. Saints big win.
Yeah,
after firing
Darren
Dennis
Rizzi
Allen.
after the win against the Falcons. I'm a pretty open guy.
Nice.
I go
That's a good
to the
trait.
bathroom. This is how my day started. I clogged a toilet. I'm
Wow.
like, this is going to be a crappy day, pun intended. Guy got fired up. He clogged the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's an open guy. He's an open book. Not afraid to admit anything.
Yeah.
It's just another list in the category of,
Sounds like he was patting himself on the back there.
it's like he's letting him know, hey, I'm a man. I take big shits.
Hey, shits. I don't need no Modium. I'm going to fucking clog this shit up. You better have some good pipes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what is it about interim coaches, man? It feels like they always win their first game. It's like routine.
I think it's a mixture of teams motivated to play harder. You know, I think nobody wants to see anybody get fired, but at the same time, everybody wants to kind of be there for whoever's job it is to step in. You know, it's not an easy thing to do. And I think sometimes that can kind of circle the bandwagons for teams. On top of that, you know, you see one guy get fired, you see the head man get fired at that. Shit, everybody's on fucking notice.
No doubt.
Everyone's, you know, a little bit more dialed in, a little bit more locked in. And who knows what other motivating factors were going on in the building or who they got back or things like that. But maybe even a switch up a scheme, a little bit more unknown on what the play calls are going to be.
Yeah.
All that plays into part for sure. And that does it for bold topics. Moving on to no dumb questions, because there's no such thing as dumb questions, just dumbass people answering some dumb questions.
Hey,
Wait, what? No Dumb Questions is brought to you by our friends at Burger King. Man, that Whopper was
so good.
It was
So
pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. That sesame bun. Yeah, it's got my mouth watering right now. I'm kind of hungry myself.
I might go get a burger for dinner now, a little Burger King Whopper. First no dumb question. How hard is it really to move O-line positions up? Like when a right guard moves to left guard, sometimes announcers act like it's no big deal, but sometimes they act like it's the most impressive thing an NFL player can do. I imagine it's like driving on the other side of the road. I would say it's a little bit harder than driving on the other side of the road. Some players are very good and natural at switching sides and are ambidextrous. It's more similar to probably switch hitting on in baseball, but hitting a baseball is just way harder. What it really comes down to is you're using your feet in a different stance and stagger than you do on the other side of the ball. And maybe more importantly, your hands have to be used differently. Like your inside hand placement is obviously with a different hand, and that has a lot to do with how you pass set and your relationship with the defender. So I would say it is definitely hard, but some guys are very good at it, and it's not difficult at all. They can go back and forth. A lot of it is player specific. Some guys are awful when you try and have them play another side. They just can't figure it out quickly. And some guys can switch over like it's nothing. And that's one of the reasons why backup guys that can play both sides and move and play either left or right.
The tweeners.
It's a valuable thing to have.
We had a few of those guys, yeah.
This always reminds me when I'm talking about this to the Pro Bowl, back when you actually used to play the game. The biggest issue all week was always that all of the Pro Bowl tackles that made it were always left tackles. And somebody had to go play right. And nobody wanted to play right because it was a different, like your right leg's back instead of your left. You're using your hands different. They all didn't want to play it. And it would devolve into the youngest guy with the least Pro Bowls always had to play right. And he would be getting his ass kicked every game. And we'd have to slide it over to him because that was the only problem with the pass rush. So it's definitely a thing. It's definitely hard, but for some guys, it's easier than others.
I would assume that it's like driving on the other side of the road.
All right, there we go. And then at Wheate's version, if you could pick one article of clothing to wear for the rest of your life, what would it be? Interesting.
That's a tough question. Where am I at in the world?
Yeah. And what is like, does this mean if I pick a shirt, I can't wear pants? I'm assuming this is like what outfit, or do I have to wear like suspenders because I got to get like top and bottom like coverage?
Again, this is there's not enough to this question.
Let's assume it's outfit. Let's say you get shoes, A lower half and an upper half. That's what you get.
Again, where am I at?
Well, this is the whole point. You don't know. You only get to choose it from, and it has to be ready to adapt to any place that you might be.
All right. Well, then I'll go hoodie and sweatpants and some Jordans.
Hoodie, sweatpants.
Jordans. I can do. Actually, not Jordans. I got to go like combat boots.
I was about to say you can't go Jordans.
You can't go Jordans. Combat boots.
Combat boots.
All purpose.
And that's why they're combat boots. They got to be ready for everything.
If it starts to get really hot, roll those fuckers up. Shorten those sleeves up. Maybe get rid of the hoodie.
Yeah.
Put it in your fucking.
Are you allowed to take it off?
Pouch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just cut the hoodie, put it in your sweatshirt pouch, though.
Well, if you cut it, then it's ruined forever.
No, then you put it in your pouch, and when you need it again, you just put it right on.
So it's a zippered hoodie.
No,
one of those zipper ones where the hoodie
just tuck it underneath the. You can find a way.
No. I would go wool clothing because it's antimicrobial, so I don't have to worry about it getting as dirty as cotton or synthetic materials.
Okay.
A decent medium thickness wool so that I'm pretty warm most of the time and I'm trying to stay out of cold climates. I would go with a decent medium wool sweat because it's breathable so that when it's hot out, you still get some breathability. And when it's cold out, it still retains some insulatory properties. And then I would go wool socks and I would go hiking boots so that you're kind of good to do whatever you want them.
You are going to be one smelly motherfucker because wool, everything is going to be hot as fuck.
No, it breathes. It breathes.
No, it doesn't.
Wool is a known breathable.
Jason.
Yeah.
You wear wool in 80-degree weather, you are sweating your ass off.
Well, just roll the pant legs up.
You're still going to, shit's on your back and your chest. If it's on your shoulders, you're going to start to sweat.
What did you say you were going for pants?
Sweatpants. I'm just going sweatpants.
So how is that? You don't think that's going to be hot in 80 degrees?
No. Not if I roll it up. Not if I roll it up.
But if you got the wool breathes better than cotton. Are you going cotton sweatpants?
No.
What are you going?
I'm going wool
Lululemon?
sweatpants. Everyone
You're going
knows
like
goes wool
synthetic?
sweatpants. All right, that does it for no dumbass questions. I'm sick of these dumbass questions. You guys come up with some really fucking good dumb questions not dumb questions, please. I'm starting to get kind of pumped. That does it for no dumb questions. Brought to you by Burger King.
Hey, yeah, it does, and that does it for this episode of New Heights. Thank you so much for watching another episode of New Heights.
Yay!
Make sure you subscribe on YouTube to the New Heights channel and follow on New Heights on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Reminder, you can listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
You heard the man. Make sure you join on Wondery Plus, but also make sure you guys check out Roadhouse so you guys can be up to date on our movie review in the New Heights Film Club.
Ah, yeah.
Once again, New Heights is a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and presented by Lowe's. Score with the Lowe's app. Download now. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. And thanks to our production and crew again for always making us look way better than what we are. And to the 92%ers, thanks for tuning in. You guys might want to tune in next week. I heard it's going to be a crazy one. That's a nice cup there. What is that thing?
Dude.
I thought you had like a little like Mai Tai for a second. What is that?
So let's say Lucky Beaver.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Dude, they have cups now?
When I was there.
I guess they do. They do have a wall of like merch that you can get.
They do. They had a bunch of cool shirts, and that was one of the cups. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely.
What do you think the Lucky Beaver means?
I don't really ask questions. I think some things are some things are best left unsaid.
A 24-hour, 7 days a week bar in Tahoe.
Yeah.
On the Nevada side.
I don't really. I just frequent. I don't ask.